Rarely, if ever, have I had the pleasure of meeting someone and working with someone with such an illustrious background who recognizes the fork in the road, who has innovated and motivated his friends, his colleagues, and really changed the world. It's my pleasure to introduce Richmond McCoy.
I'm very focused on the future. I do see what changes are coming, and I'm willing to take an action. People are going to have to look to a power higher than themselves. I'm not a person that lives in the past. We only have now. Great wealth is created in this country and in the world through two significant changes. One is a legislative change, government change, or an environmental change. In 1997, the Federal Reserve Bank passed a new law, Community Reinvestment Act, CRA, requiring banks to invest X amount of their Tier 1 capital into inner city communities. There weren't healthcare facilities, there wasn't healthy food, and it was like, we need to address that. So the company really started because of that legislation. That was one of my first experiences making a decision based on the strength of collaboration. And the thing that really moved me was the opportunity to get into collaboration with very, very successful business people, and that were offering to me the most valuable currency in the world. Not digital currency, relational currency. That relational currency shows up in a lot of ways. Not just opening a door, but when you get in the door, they're saying, oh, Dick Parsons sent him, or Joe Flom sent him. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to go that extra mile because that person put their name on the line. When someone blesses you like that, you get an opportunity like that, you got to move. I think a lot of times your steps are ordered, but you don't see them until you take the steps. I've been in real estate for 30 years, started off in corporate real estate in New York City, got into property management and development, had 100 employees nationwide. We set a standard in terms of how we would interact with the community. It wasn't just about investing in real estate, let's invest in the people by giving people jobs, giving them contracts, supporting the local nonprofits, and certainly investing institutional equity in these communities was a first effort. We invested in the first Whole Foods, in inner city Whole Foods in the country, in Oakland, California. We built the first inner city Home Depot in Kansas City. Both of those facilities are still operating. Hundreds and indeed thousands of people have gotten jobs in those markets to do that. We bought a REIT out of Australia, over 3 million square feet, a $500 million acquisition. We also renovated a major hotel in Orlando, a 1,100 room resort on 28 acres. And we were honored with an award from Hilton as Developer of the Year worldwide for that project. So we're very proud of that. All the people we've employed, the economic development that we did, and we always kept our word, working with nonprofits and politicians and faith-based leaders in these communities. If we said we were going to do something, we actually did it. Real estate is changing rapidly, just like every other part of our society. Changing rapidly in the sense of how people want to live. People want to be in an environment that's really happening. We recognize that after all these years, from 98 until 2015, urban markets were now the place to live. The stadiums have been built, mass transit was there, hospitals were there, the young people wanted to live in their urban core, that's where the entertainment was, that's where the good paying jobs were. So it was happening rapidly. So we decided to go back into cities where we had invested, where we had a good name. A good name will carry you around the world. Your name travels around the world. People don't realize that. So if you have a good name, people say, that guy will do what he said he's going to do. So we went back into many cities where we had invested and started partnering with nonprofits and politicians to get land where we would put together huge master plan developments. So we have over $1.5 billion of projects underway now in various cities around the country.
Has your background in real estate really helped you, I've described you as a futurist, helped you to really see what's going to happen in the future? And, to contrast that, where do you see the challenges relative to other people that you see that are leaders in business, entrepreneurs, etc., where they're not seeing the future?
I'm very focused on the future, and look back at my career. I've always moved from one place to another, and my friends have gone past the place of saying Richmond's really lucky, but recognize that I'm a very clear thinker, and I do see what changes are coming, and I'm willing to take an action. I'm willing to take a risk to leave what is to go forward and what can be. I'm not a person that lives in the past. There's no life in the past.
Right.
You only have now. DNA. Designated Natural Assignment, which I've copyrighted and I'm writing a book about it. I looked back on my life and I saw where opportunities presented themselves, and they were significant that I take those opportunities on, and I benefited from it in many ways, but many other people benefited even more. So, and I believe God gives us opportunities. He equips us in our spirit, in our guts, for what we're supposed to accomplish here on earth. And one of the challenges is people have had it very easy. You can have someone in a low-skilled job making a decent living, they're getting by. They may have a gift or a talent, and when I speak, it always ignites them because they know it's in there, but they haven't put the work in. They haven't built the foundation.
Right.
And they've been able to employ themselves. They've been able to eat, and they've been able to support a family, just kind of get by. It's good enough. But I'm suggesting that there's a transitioning happening, certainly in our economy here in the United States, that's going to challenge so many people, and it's going to force them to go back to God. It's going to force them to develop their God-given talents for their very survival. We have something called artificial intelligence, something called robots, that is making a significant impact in our country, that's taking away a lot of jobs, and it's happening rapidly. There's many careers that are going to go away. Companies have recognized that their employees, for the most part, don't give any customer service to begin with. In many cases, you rather deal with AI or a robot than a human being. So the spirit of love and customer service doesn't exist in very many industries anymore. Millions of people are going to have a challenge where they won't be able to find opportunities in our country for unskilled labor. They'd be very prudent to either develop their God-given talents, whether it's cooking, it's healthcare, it's sports training, whatever they really love, that they become an expert in that. But you've got to wake up and see which way this train is going.
Right.
And if you're in any of those careers, take you 5 minutes to Google, look at the future of your career for the next 10 years. You're going to see your name on there. After 11 years, your name is not going to be on there. So either you're going to take an action, you're going to wake up, you're going to look inside yourself, you're going to get help to develop your God-given talents, and you're going to be so excited. When you start to take that first action, you find other people that you can collaborate with, you're going to see amazing things happen. And if you're in covenant with other people, God will bless you. And it'll just manifest in your life. But you have to take the action. It's amazing when you do that. Serendipitous things will just fall in your lap. It may not look like that in the beginning, but if you continue, you will. And I think that part of this is happening is people are going to have to look to a power higher than themselves to get to a place where they can literally just be able to support their families and sustain themselves, because a lot of what was out there is not going to be there anymore. But this new day is here. We all saw movies about it when we were younger. That time is now. So you got to take action.